After losing his father in a tragic plane crash, a Jacksonville filmmaker embarked on his own solo flight. The story of his journey, both spatially and spiritually, is the subject of a documentary called Wright of Passage. Here to tell us about making and launching the film, we're joined by Santiago Triana, director of photography for the film. Good morning, Santiago.
Good morning.
We're also joined by Sydney Strimer, executive producer. Good morning, Sydney.
Hi.
And Jacey Darrah Downing with the University of North Florida's Alumni Association. Jacey, good morning.
Good morning.
So this was a 5-year production that was led by the pilot and filmmaker Lee Guyot. He was supposed to be here today. Unfortunately, he could not join us. But tell us a little bit about the scope of the film, Sydney, how you got involved, and just kind of the outline of the story that it tells.
hmm Yeah, so I actually got involved a little late into the start of the project. I met Lee in 2022. But Santi grew up with Lee. I mean, they went to high school together, and he was the one who kind of like decided to begin the project with him. So I feel like he has some good background on how it began.
Sure, Santi. I mean, we said that Lee's father died in a plane crash, and
Yeah.
and I mean, in some ways, that is sort of the origin story of this film and the documentary, a kind of tragic beginning. But how did you get involved?
So, I just remember we reconnected in 2020 after we graduated high school in 2016, because he posted that he wanted to do something good for the people in South America. He wanted to spread STEM education through aviation. So this was just an idea, right? And I said right away, I was like, count me in, whatever you need. And he said, okay, can you help me film the GoFundMe video? And I said, okay, yeah. And so we went down to South Florida. Well, we were in South Florida at the time. And we met up. We did this video. And he was like, oh, this is going to be a surprise for my dad. Like, I'm going to show him the project. I'm going to be like, oh, this is for you, Dad. And I kid you not, a couple days later, he dies. And me and another one of the producers, Kaylee Powers, we had to kind of talk to Lee about how the documentary was going to change. That it was no longer going to be really rooted on only the STEM education, aviation aspect, but also on the journey of grief. And so it was a bit of a curveball, but we said, let's shift gears. And that's going to be like one of the major points of the story.
It must have been so difficult.
Yeah, especially telling your really good friend, like, hey, your dad's death is going to be a core point of this film. It's going to get real. And it did, but I think that, in honor of Nissan, rest in peace. I think we did the project justice.
I'd like to play a little bit from the trailer for the film Rite of Passage. Let's just take a listen.
I wanted to surprise my dad with this really crazy idea of using aviation to do something good, but I never got the chance to tell him.
His son Guyot was killed in a plane crash in Broward County.
The family says they're still left with many questions.
It's important for me to not only continue what my dad started. I made a promise to use aviation to make the world a better place.
The mission has been in the works for several years now, and it has been a huge success so far. And now it is time to take off.
And so for people who aren't able to see that, Sydney, that last little moment where he's making a list of things to do and literally circling, don't die. There was an element for Lee and certainly for his mother and his wife to be of just concern. This was going to be a long solo journey. And while it was filmed, you can tell us a little bit about how that filming was done throughout this process when he was flying to make these STEM materials deliveries.
Yeah, so he actually bought a plane to use for the project. It's a small plane. I think it was a 6-seater, because he had to be able to fit all of his equipment and stuff in there to bring it. And then the crew actually followed along and met him in each of the places. So he started out in the Bahamas, and then I met up with him in Jamaica, and then he met up with Santi and the rest of the crew in Colombia for the rest of the trip.
And this was 6 countries in all in this flight, but it was you're counting.
It was a lot.
It was a long time ago.
And it was a while ago. I think it was like 5 countries or so. But it was a long time. It was an adventure.
And some of
honestly.
this was with cameras sort of mounted inside the plane that allowed Lee to kind of narrate as he's going. Is that right?
Right, right.
Yeah. And so how did you approach putting the kind of the film together, and what does it mean to be at this point now where you really are ready for the world premiere in just a couple weeks here?
Right. Well, it's funny because with a documentary, you never really know where the story's going to go. We never knew what was going to happen at each stop that we went on. And it was difficult. It was a journey. We ran into things that we didn't even know if the project was going to continue.
What sort of obstacles did you hit?
Well, I think we want to keep that up for
That's part of the
a little
film?
mystery.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so this is a project, obviously, JC, of some UNF grads. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about what the involvement is of the Alumni Association and trying to platform this documentary, and just also what it means to have people in film from the school working collaboratively.
Yeah, so we are partnering with them. When they gave us the call, we immediately jumped on it. When one osprey soars, we all soar. So for us, it's more than just a film premiere. It's a chance to celebrate the accomplishments of alumni and bring the community together. So we were very excited to partner with them.
And tell us what the world premiere will look like. That is being held on the campus of UNF. Tell us when and where.
Yeah, so it will be at Robinson Theater. We will be having a VIP cocktail hour in the Talon Room at UNF, and then we will all make our way over to Robinson Theater to watch the full premiere together and celebrate Lee and Flying Ostrich Media's accomplishments.
This is Saturday, the 24th of January.
Yes.
And so if people are interested in attending, how are there tickets available to the public, and how can they get them?
Yes, there are tickets available, and the really amazing thing that Lee and Flying Ostrich Media are doing is they're donating a portion of proceeds to the UNF Foundation. So while you're coming to see the film, you're also supporting UNF, and I'll let Santi or Sydney talk about how to get tickets.
Take it.
I think if you guys just go on Google and then write Wright of Passage, Wright as in the Wright brothers with a W, tickets to the world premiere, and then it should be the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, WRIGHT. So what is happening in terms of the film after this point? I mean, we talked about the premiere, but is it going to be playing elsewhere? Are you going to try to take it to festivals? What happens next?
Pretty much, yeah, it would be going to festivals and trying to get it, sold. And we just want eyes on it. We think it's a powerful story, and we think some people, especially some picture companies, might be interested.
Yeah.
So potentially on a nice streaming platform or on the silver screen. Who
And
knows?
yeah, and so Sydney, what for the film crew is next? Are you all just on to the next thing? I know you do a lot of other kinds of cinematography and commercial work and media work. Is this just something that's done and in the can, or are you tackling any kind of documentaries ahead?
Well, we have some ideas in the works, but that's kind of all we have at the moment. We do really want to focus on this right now and get it out and get people to watch it. And then we'll focus on the next thing when we're done.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. It is
Thank you.
I'm sure just a great feeling of accomplishment to have gotten this out there into the world. And I appreciate it. I'm glad that UNF is going to be able to show it. So Santiago Triana, Sydney Strimer, Jacey Darrah Downing, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.